Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna talk about 21 things I learned in my 21 years. I never actually recorded myself like this before, so this is my first time because I normally vlog a video, but I've never actually sit down and talk like this in front of a camera. But I figure because I live in the UK and people like to have afternoon tea. I mean, people always think we like to have afternoon tea, but it's not the case at all. But I'm just saying, I just got an idea to make an afternoon tea with me as a tea talk where we can talk lots of different things. So yeah, so I just decided today I'm gonna talk about 21 things learned in my 21 years. So basically, I'm 22 years old, but like 6 months ago in March I wrote a blog post. It was a few weeks before I turned 22 in April, about 21 things I learned in 21 years. So I just thought it's gonna be a good idea to discuss this with you. So if you guys don't know, I have my own website. It's valentinalaura.com. It's just my name.com and you can check it. I write lots of different articles there, so if you guys want to check it, go check it out. So today we're gonna read about the 21 things I learned in 21 years. The first lesson I learned is what other people think don't matter, because in the end what matters is what you think. It's hard sometimes because we always like to get validation from other people's opinions and try to actually think what is right and what is wrong, but if we keep listening to other people, it's just not good in the long term, because you start to feel dependent towards other people's opinion, and then it turns out to be like you're looking for validation outside you from other people's opinions, whether or not you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And I just think it's not a healthy life to do. I just think it's not a healthy thing to do. I think it's better if you just listen to yourself, because in the end it's your life. Of course other people's opinion matters, but it's not as important as your own opinion. So the second thing I learned is dream big as possible. Anything is possible in life. So if people say that it's not possible, it's just not true. When I was a kid, when I was 12, like 10 years ago, I used to tell everyone that I want to travel the world and I want to live in different countries by myself, and people used to think that I was crazy, like literally crazy. But you know what? I did it. 10 years after that, now I'm 22, I live by myself in a country far away from where I was from. I traveled the world, I do it on my own, and so it's very possible. So I graduated last year, I got my master's degree this year, I have my own website, I do things that people think is impossible, but I showed them that it's possible. So all I'm saying is dream big as possible and know that it's all possible. So the third lesson I learned is trust the timing of your life. Sometimes things just don't happen right now, but it doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen for you. Just because you don't get what you want right now, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna get it. It just means that it's not the right time yet. In the end, you will get there. So trust the timing of your life. The fourth thing is something I can't really say it out loud because I'm not comfortable yet, but what I'm gonna say is educate yourself before you want to do things that you know only can happen once. Make sure that once you do something that you know you can't redo it, make sure that you're not gonna regret it in the future. So wait and be prepared until you're ready to do something that you know only can happen once. So the fifth lesson I learned is to love yourself. Love yourself. And even if you have to talk alone with yourself in front of camera like I do, or even if you have to talk alone by yourself at night, that's okay. It means that you just love yourself too much that you become your best friend, and that's a good thing. I mean, that's not really, I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but in my opinion, that's a good thing, because I believe in loving yourself is more important. That it's not more important, it's just you can't love anyone else if you don't love yourself. 6 is respect. You need to respect yourself your family, your friends, everyone around you, your partner, your relationship, anyone around you, you need to respect, because respect is just important. The seventh lesson I learned is always be kind, but also know your boundaries. The eighth lesson is there is no such thing called the one. I know it sounds weird, but a few years ago I was watching Matthew Hussey, and he is a dating life coach. You guys might know him. He's quite famous and he's a really nice guy. He gives lots of good advice, and one of the things he said that just stuck with me was that there is more than one that can be your the one, or something like that. So it's saying that your the one is more than one person, meaning that there are lots of people that can be your the one. So basically it's not there is the one, it's like there are the ones. There are more than 1%. There are many people that can be your the one. That's just what I'm trying to say. That's what he said. And then a few years ago when I first heard that, I was confused because I was young. I mean, I'm still young, no, but I was a teenager, and I just, back then I believed there's only one Prince Charming that can save my life. I mean, that's true, but there are more than one Prince Charming that can save your life. So it's confusing because I can't really explain it, but all I'm trying to say is there's more than one person that can be your the one. And you can check Matthew Hussey video if you want to have more explanation on that, because he explained it so much better than I do. Which leads me to the next one. Your first heartbreak is gonna be very difficult. You're gonna think like it's the end of the world, that you can't get over it and everything else like that, but you will get over it. It's hard, but you're gonna get through it, and then it will make you realize what kind of relationship you want to have, who you want to be with, what kind of person you want to be with, what kind of person you want to be with, and whether or not that it will make you understand how relationship works, and it will make you realize what you want in relationship and what you don't want in a relationship, and it will teach you lots of lessons basically. So yeah, and then in some cases you will look back and be like, what I was thinking. God, I don't literally spill this everywhere. So the 10th lesson I learned is I would rather be alone than be with someone else just to please everyone else. So it means that it's better to just be on your own until your people come to your life, rather than having to be someone else to please everyone around you. It's the case of if you have like friends, family members, relationship, people surrounded you that are not your people, so you have to be someone else to be with them. I think you should just go and do your thing and be yourself, because you're gonna find your people when you be yourself, and it's just not a good thing to pretend to be someone else that you're not, because if they don't like you for who you are, then they're not your people, they're not for you, and you're not for them. So the 11th lesson I learned is love equal opportunity plus preparation. I first heard this a few years ago from a TED talk, and now it's very famous. Like, many people talk about it all the time, but I just think this is so true. So I just want to say always be prepared, because you don't know when will the opportunity come, and so make sure when it comes you are prepared. The 12th lesson I learned is to embrace your uniqueness. Like, we all different, we all are unique, and we should embrace it and celebrate it. The 13th lesson I learned, and this is very important, especially for like students, bullying is not cool. So don't bully anyone. And also, if you're bullied, know that your life is gonna be so much better than those who bully you. Like, trust me, because they are bullies, they don't know what they're doing, and honestly, it's a story for another time. But yeah, bullying is not cool, and trust me, if you're bullied, your life is gonna be so much better than theirs who bully you. The 14th lesson I learned is there is no way out of anxiety. You need to get through it. You can't run away from it. So take a deep breath, meditate, and see a therapist. And this is like serious. I'm not being serious right now. because it sounds really like, oh, so typical, just see a therapist or meditate or take a deep breath. But honestly, that's the truth. That's what you need to do to tackle your anxiety. Not what you need to do, but that's what I think is a good thing to do to tackle your anxiety. And all I learned is you can't run away from it, you need to get through it. So the 15th lesson I learned is think before you talk, speak, or do anything. Because, you know, once you say something, you can't take it back. Once you do something, sometimes you can't undo it. So always think first and make sure that you are saying the right thing or doing the right thing, or not hurting anyone, or not doing something that you're gonna regret. And if you have problems, just sleep on it first, because your brain thinks so much better after you sleep on it, so you can solve it the next day. And just, yeah, you know, don't just like rush to solve things. Just take a step back, sleep on it, and solve it the next day. So the 16th lesson I learned is to balance your emotion with your mind, meaning that don't just get your emotions out there, but also think with it. So it's like balance between your emotions and your brain, but at the same time always follow your intuition. I think this one is very important to me, because when I was a child I used to just very emotional. Like when I was a teenager I was just really bad at dealing with my emotions. So I guess that's like the number one thing I learned, is to deal with my emotions better by thinking on it as well, but at the same time also still follow your intuition. 17th lesson I learned is forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive everyone else, forgive everything. I know it's difficult, it's hard to forgive sometimes or most of the times, but forgiveness is the only thing that can set you free. 18th lesson, don't give up, because as one door closes, the other one opens. So keep trying, fight harder, and know that you will get there. 19th lesson I learned is change. The only thing that constant in life is change, and that is just so true. So we need to always be open to it. Not need, but it's a good thing for us to always be open for a change. It's hard sometimes, especially when we have a good life, or we just don't want it to change so badly, or even if, like, I don't know, even if our life is not great, still change could be hard because it's getting out of our comfort zone. But change is the one thing that you can't really avoid, that we can't really avoid, I can't really avoid. So always be open to it. 20th lesson I learned, don't expect and don't force things. I used to really want to control everything in my life, but I learned that you can't control everything and you can't force things to happen. So let things happen naturally and just go with the flow. And there is one book by Rebecca Campbell called Light is the New Black, and I think she talks a lot about this really well. That one was like the first book I read that actually really changed my life, because it changed my perspective on things. Makes me realize that I can't control things, certain things, and I can't force things to happen, because you just can't. I mean, yeah, you just can't. So just let go, take a step back, and just go with the flow, really. Also, don't expect things, because expectation is just not really a good thing, really. So don't expect things and don't force things. Last but not least is life is what's happening right now when you're busy making other plans. And this is just, again, so true. Sometimes we think so much, what am I going to, like, what we're gonna do tomorrow, or what we're gonna do next year, or what we're gonna do in 5 years. And we just don't know what's gonna happen. Like, life could end tomorrow, the world could end in 5 years, and we might die the next day. So I'm saying that it's not that I'm saying you can't plan things, because planning things is a good thing, but make sure that you don't think too much about the future, because life is what's happening right now. So it's better to focus on what's happening now and don't think too much about the future or the past. So that's it, you guys. That was like 21 things I learned in my 21 years, and hope you guys like it. I am so awkward in this. I mean, this is my very first time recording myself like this, so it's a bit weird and awkward, and I apologize for that, but I hope you guys liked it, and let me know what you think. And also, I just want to say that this is 21 things I learned in my 21 years when I was 21, and it means that it's my lesson. So I'm not trying to say that it was the right thing, all of it is the right thing, because it's quite subjective. It's what I learned, and I just want to share it with you guys. Whether or not you guys agree with it is up to you. And because I believe everyone has their own perspective, and everyone learned different lesson basically, and that's what I learned from my perspective, and I might be wrong. So that's what I believe to be right, but I might be wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you guys want to check out my website, you can check out my website down below. Also my Instagram down below, and I'm very active on Instagram, so if you want to send me a message and follow me, go ahead. I'm gonna send you back a message. And yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.